as a psychiatrist, we know that social support is an important and integral part of our life, of our health, and of our recovery. What we mean by social support is that the people around us, and definitely, those of us who are lucky to have family around us, who have people in our lives, families are part of social support group. My friends who may be family that I've chosen are my support group. My colleagues whom I see practically on a daily basis and spend 8 to 9 hours on a daily basis, they're my support group. So if you're lucky enough that your life is rich enough to have certain people in your lives that you care for, and they care for you, that's a great idea. We do encourage people to come with family members as well, because they could give an insight to us into their behavior or their emotions or their personalities, that the person, as a person, I may not be very objective and I may not have noticed it. A lot of the times the family member will be like, if you ask that, oh, do you think you've been more irritable? And you're like, no, I'm not scolding anybody. And a family member would say that, yeah, you're not scolding anybody, but I can see that you're a little bit, you get annoyed. You're not saying it, but you're annoyed. So even a simple thing like that can definitely kind of help me as a person to understand, oh, is it? Okay, that's also happening. So I know that that's one of my target symptoms that I need to work on. So family, and so not only in terms of information gathering, that's of course one of the important reasons why we want family around, but we also want family around so that we can psychoeducate them what's happening. Even it's okay, it's not their job to help the person, but it's definitely something that they can help the person with. So we always tell people that, yes, like a caregiver or a relative or a family, that no, it's not your job to fix this person's mental health, but you can definitely help and you can definitely encourage. A lot of the times, because they don't have an insight or they don't have the motivation, they know that they should go see a psychiatrist, but they just don't. So a lot of the times a friend or a relative will make an appointment, just accompany the person to the psychiatrist, sit outside in the waiting room while the person is talking to the doctor, which is also an important. All they're doing is just coming with you for the session and they're waiting outside. But that support can mean the difference between getting better and not. The depression was undiagnosed for so long that by the time they actually take help, there's already a burnout in the people, that how much do I understand? How much do I kind of like keep changing or keep managing? So it's important for us, for that unit to be healthy, and not just the person who's seeking help for depressive illnesses to be healthy, because that's going to impact the treatment and the outcome of it, the prognosis of it. So again, the social support is important for the person suffering from an illness, but it's also important for the support group to remain strong and resilient and healthy. Is something that will normalize people, normalize this whole idea about taking care of yourself, and how everybody can kind of like do and say the right things and make a healthy unit, whatever that unit may be, at work or at home. Having mental health issues or mental health disorders can, whether it's within you or within your somebody in your circle and in your life and family, may require for us to kind of relearn how to converse with each other, how to be supportive for each other, and also understand what our boundaries are, right? Just like I said earlier as well, that I am in charge of my health and I'm responsible for my health. But I, of course, do have the advantage of people around me who can also help me on this journey. It's not their responsibility, but they can definitely aid me and help me. So how do I kind of like, not overimpose on somebody, or how do I not kind of also just be completely neglectful of somebody who might require that, oh, this is on you, dude. I'm not something that I can, I don't need to do this. A simple thing, right? If I'm feeling like, oh, I want some support right now, and I'm calling up a friend of mine. Usually, well, nobody calls right now. Your message, which is perfectly okay. So you message, you reach out, and you can say that, hey, how are you? Do you have time right now? I'm going through something. If you're okay, if you feel that you can be supportive, I'm going to give you a quick call. So also check in with that person. If that person is okay, and if they say, yeah, I'm totally okay, please call or whatever, oh, I'll just come over or something, that's fine, right? And it's okay for you to say that, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you're not doing well, but totally today I'm like a little triggered, or today I'm not doing very well. oh, do you have anybody else to talk to? And the other person can say that, yeah, 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 I'll call somebody else or I'll speak to somebody else. So it's okay for us to kind of like do that, because that helps all of us. If I have depressive disorder and my friend is saying that, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but I really don't have the time today, or I'm not in a good mental health space, I am happy that my friend is going to say that to me, because I know that, okay, this person genuinely cares and understands mental health, right? So I'm like, okay, do you think we can talk today? And like, and if he or she says that, can we speak later in the evening today? And that can kind of like give me, that's fine. Then I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, we can talk in the evening, and maybe that gives me that kind of encouragement and support. So drawing these kind of boundaries is very, very important, because again, it all comes down to consent, right? Am I consenting to speak to you? Are you consenting to speak to me? Checking in with each other. How are you? Even though I may feel that I'm in need right now, but if I know that, okay, you can't be there for me for your personal reasons, then it's not going to make me feel that, oh, you don't care. I will understand that, oh, yeah, she's also going through something, or he's also going through something. So that's going to make me feel better. But if I don't kind of check in and I'm like, just like call and start like howling or venting or unloading, and this person has to kind of cut me off and say that, listen, I really have to go now. I'm going to, we'll speak later. So I feel that, oh, I could feel either that, oh, this person doesn't care. Or I could also feel that, oh my God, see, I'm such a burden. I'm forever clinging, I'm forever unloading on people, and that's not okay. So, depending on my cognitive distortion, I could either get very upset with that other person or very upset with myself without even realizing. So, if we have these kind of patterns and if we have these kind of ways of communicating with each other, then we are taking care of ourselves while, even when being in distress, taking care of others as well. Right. And if my friend knows that I'm not going to take it personally, she or he has that kind of like, space to kind of be there for me and also appreciate that, okay, yeah, what I'm going through. And that's going to strengthen my relationship and, in fact, not take something away from it. Because I could be today, like if somebody's calling me right now, they don't know what's happening in my house. It could be something that's going on and has nothing to do with this person. And I don't want to feel guilty that I couldn't help. And at the same time, I definitely wouldn't want this person to think that I don't care. So simple things like that, when we have these kind of consensual talks, when we have these kind of boundaries, when we have these kind of expectations, I don't tell people don't expect, but I tell people to have realistic expectations. If I'm calling on the middle of a weekday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, yes, there are possibilities that my friend doesn't have time right now, or my family doesn't have time right now, and it's not something that it has to do with me. Again, because if I have depression, my cognitive distortion is going to be very different for different people. So it could be something that's, that I have to look out for. So if I know that this is something, that this is how I can approach it, this is how I can approach asking for help from my support group, then that empowers me. And when we talk about mental health and taking help for mental health, we're not trying to stigmatize you or anything. We're in fact trying to empower you more and more by taking care of yourself, and also kind of like, using that opportunity to help other people to take care of themselves as well. So it's not about looking down on you. It's not about you being needy. It's about you just needing to be empowered to know how to take care of yourself. And that is not only going to help you recover in your health, but it's also could actually very well be a good life lesson and a good life skill that you can use in other aspects of your life. A lot of the times, we have people who've gone through a mental health issue or a disorder and have had good treatment, including therapy. They themselves feel very encouraged and start motivating other people as well, because they see the positive aspect and positive change that is brought in their lives. The same way when somebody has a cardiac issue and now all of a sudden they're going for walks and their diet is improved and their lifestyle is improved, they're working better hours. So that's the positive kind of fallout of illness, isn't it? So mental health also has a similar positive fallout. We just want to be more receptive of it and be the architect of our own life and the changes of our own life. We definitely want a depressive illness to be diagnosed and treated, even prevented, because if you don't do that, that can lead to other more serious issues. A lot of the time we do see an untreated mental health issue can also give rise to substance use or abuse or dependence. People feel that, oh, let me just relax. So they'll maybe start having that one drink or, smoke that one joint. And that one drink or one joint can then kind of like become several and can then impact your brain in another manner as well. We also want to make sure that, okay, these depressive illnesses are treated, because then otherwise it could lead to suicidal ideas and suicidal attempts. And a death by suicide is such a preventable death. That's so sad when something like this happens, because it could have been prevented if only we knew what to do for ourselves or for the people around us who may be suffering. So it's important for us to kind of not, when we say it's a common mental illness, fix it. It's easy to treat it. It's not very, very tough to do this, not to take away from seriousness of the issue or kind of like saying that, oh, anybody with depression it's not a big deal. But I'm saying that it's not that difficult to treat if we know what to do and what we are doing, because it can lead to other more complicated things as well. Never shy away from asking someone that, hey, I'm noticing that you've been not feeling well, or I'm noticing that you've not really been there so much. Are you okay? If you feel that, okay, this person is, being more dejected or things like that, contrary to popular belief, asking somebody for suicidal ideas is a good thing and doesn't really put ideas into their head. It's like saying sex education is going to lead to more promiscuity, and we know that that's not true either. So asking somebody something that, are you having thoughts and feelings of harming yourself or suicide even? Asking them directly, maybe gently, is very, very important. Instead of asking, you don't feel like suicide, do you? You're not thinking of doing something, do you? Because then you're clearly kind of like saying that you don't want to hear a positive. You want to hear that, no, 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 I'm not doing it. So even if the person is feeling like suicidal, or has suicidal ideations, that person might not really come out right and say it. So don't get scared, right? Nobody's asking you to fix anything. We are just saying that, okay, keep an open heart, keep an open ear, be empathetic, listen, offer help. What you could do is that, listen, I don't know what you're going through, but I can see that it's making you very distressed or very sad. What do you think I can help you with? If they say that no, nothing, and then you might ask, oh, have you considered going to a professional? Do you need help with that? Do you need me to set up an appointment with you or come with you to a session? If they're like, no, nothing, I don't want anything. So then you can say that, okay, can I just sit with you for some time? And I'm just going to sit here, do nothing. You can talk to me or not talk to me. And if they say, yeah, sure, go ahead and sit, that's all sometimes that you need to do. You can just be sitting there doing your own work, but you're in their environment, and that makes them feel safe and better. And that makes them feel heard and not like imposed upon, okay, do this, do that. The doctor told you take medicine, but you're not listening, because then you're burdening that person more. Right. So we need to figure out that, okay, what is an empathetic way of not only just encouraging this person to take care of themselves, but also not kind of making that encouragement a burden in itself as well. So you don't want to go to these motivational speakers kind of a place where they're not also certified to be able to talk about these kind of things. Because it could be, a lot of the times these people can also be shaming you that, oh, if you did this, you wouldn't be depressed. And, they would kind of like, then of course you feel silly and, like I said, gaslighted. So that's not something that you want to take information from. Spirituality and positivity is all great, but also doesn't mean that you don't have accurate information which is based in evidence, based in statistics, based in science, because that's something that we definitely want to kind of not overlook. It's very easy for us to kind of learn these skills. They're not that tough. It's just practice makes permanent. If I practice how to speak, I will learn how to speak in an empathetic manner, learn how to be more empathetic, learn how to be a mental health ally, because we all need to be mental health allies, because there's so much of work that can be done. Loneliness is something that's a very, very difficult, but very real and present symptom and a social condition that we have. And it is something that we can kind of like, learn to help each other out with as well. Take care of yourself, learn to take care of yourself, share that information with others, that this is what I do for myself, that may maybe motivate them or inspire them to take care of themselves. Don't preach, but sharing is always something that's very knowledgeable. I will learn by you if you share something. And that's why we say doctors are always practicing, because every time a patient comes in, we learn more as much and not just help the patient. So like I said, keep practicing healthy attitudes, healthy behaviors, healthy lifestyles, healthy conversations, and that's definitely going to improve your mental well-being, which is definitely something that all of us need to have a goal in our life and an ambition in of our life. And we need to do this on a daily basis, and once you start doing this, it seems very easy and it seems very doable. So let's not get intimidated by heavy words or difficult kind of conversations. Make it simple. Keeping it simple is the most effective way of going about life, whether we're talking about health or whether we're talking about other life goals. So best of luck, and I hope that you stay healthy, and I hope that you reach out for professional help if you ever think that you need. Get your information, get your self help, surround yourself with people who are positive. Talk to yourself in a manner that your best friend would talk to you. When you know something, when you learn something, share that information with others. You never know who it might benefit. So support and peer support and supporting each other is how we are going to remain happy and healthy and become successful as human beings.